Hi, it's Mike Nelson. Just wanted to make a short video here and let you know that it's been a great week so far. I've had a busy time working on some different projects, and it's taken a few minutes to go out and walk about and took a drive yesterday. And I filmed that on my phone, and so it's going to be in the vertical. I'm going to clip that in here so you can see what I did. But in the meantime, I just want to give everybody a shout for today and let you know, appreciate you all, and I hope that you're having a great day. Now, had something interesting come up in the last couple of days that I never even thought about, but it makes sense. We have a cat that's part of our family here. His name's Sebastian, and he has this tendency to, in his food dish, to pull the food out onto the floor and eat it off the floor. And that's not that big a problem because where we have his food dish, it's on a tile floor, on large tiles, ceramic tiles, and it's cleaned regularly, so it's not going to be any problem for him or us. So we didn't think too much about it, but as he's doing this, sometimes his food dish, they were connected to the water dish, and when he climbed or pushed his food out, he'd slosh the water out, and so we'd have not only some water on the floor, but we might have some water and mixed cat food. So we started doing a little, I'm talking about my daughter Mary and I, started doing a little research on things that might make this easier for him and for us. And one thing we came across that was kind of interesting to me was that the width of the bowl that cats eat out of sometimes might make a difference in how they eat out of it, because if it's too narrow and they're pushing their face down into it, it pushes their whiskers back. And after a time, there's something that I never even heard of it before, never even dreamed of it. They call whisker fatigue. And so that kind of gets them to the point where they don't like pushing those whiskers back. I don't know if it makes their face sore or what, but I never even dreamed of it. I'll let you know, we may have a solution. We found a wider bowl, and we're going to try and see if that makes things better, because this is an important part of our family, and we want to keep him comfortable and well fed, and we don't want him to get whisker fatigue, that's for sure. So, but what's that have to do with what I'm talking about today is, as we move forward in our journey, in our life, and whatever we're doing, sometimes we run into obstacles to the point that we bang into them and back away and bang into them and back away. We don't have whiskers long like the cat, but I guess that banging in and not making progress is the same thing, kind of in a fatigue sort of way. So we look for solutions, and sometimes those solutions include trying every little new thing that comes out that looks simpler, make it easier, or you just want to move to something different because you're tired of going the direction you are. You have to be careful of that, because sometimes, I've done this, and I know other people have too, is that if you do this too often, you kind of develop what they call shiny object syndrome, and you're so busy looking for solutions to your fatigue that you don't push through sometimes and find the solution in something that you already have. And it's just a matter of working through it. So I don't know what that necessarily has to do with anybody that's watching today, but it's an interesting thought. So if you have a cat, you might check him out and talk to him or her and say, hey, how are your whiskers doing? So anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to tag on this other video from yesterday when I took a little drive out into the country and a little bit of the history. But I just want to start this video talking about whisker fatigue. So enjoy the video. I might say goodbye at the end again, but probably not, because there is an ending on the video that I shot yesterday. So I'm going to tag them both together. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy a little visit to my local community and some of the scenery. Have a great day. Once again, it's Mike Nelson. See you soon. Hey, good morning. It's lunchtime. It's right at noon here where I live. This is Mike Nelson, and I haven't done a video for several days, and I thought I'd take a chance. I was out kind of running around, doing a couple errands, and got out my old pickup here and It's set such a way that when it rained the last couple of days, the pickup bed liner retained all the water in it. I don't know how many gallons there were back there, but I knew it was time to get it out, so I thought I'd take the truck, take a drive, and dump the water out the back and run a couple errands. So I had been out to this spot before, and it's kind of a interesting spot for me. It's on what we call, well, it's not. We call it the River Road. It has been called the River Road for many years. It's got an official, what we call 911 road attachment to it now, but it was always called the River Road. It goes north out of the community that I live, which is right on the Missouri River bluffs. And you can see out that window on that side, it's the bluffs. I'll take a picture out the window here in a minute. You can see a little better. But, and then on the other side is the Missouri River bottom. And the spot that I'm sitting at today is a spot that has been marked as a historical spot, in that when travelers and settlers were moving towards the west, and they went on different trails, including the Oregon Trail, the Santa Fe Trail, and those trails that took everybody from the east of the United States to the west. Where I'm sitting now is actually at a place where wagons and the travelers, the settlers, would come across the river, and it's called Bellemont Landing. They were ferried across the river here, and there's a nice marker here. I'll share that with you now. And you're looking out across the bottoms here towards what is St. Joseph, Missouri, and in between some of those trees you can see some buildings and such that comprise the airport in St. Joseph, which is also has a Air National Guard base there, when they fly the C-130s. So this area of the country has always had some connection to transportation, all the way back to the 1840s and to the 60s of 1800s, for those guys and those ladies and all the people that were going west, traveling west as settlers. Until today, we're on a major east-west highway in the United States. It's not one of the interstates, but it's one of the major roads that goes from Colorado all the way out to Indiana, someplace, I think. And so it's a pretty major travel. Kind of as an aside, several years ago, I don't remember the exact year now, we had some flooding on the Missouri River, in which the ways across the river north of us, the roads and the bridges on the bottom land up there, flooded, and there was not a bridge that you could cross from Kansas to Missouri, or Nebraska to Iowa, or Missouri, from between here and I think almost Omaha. So we had lots and lots of traffic that come around through our town at that point. You got it was almost bumper to bumper all the time with trucks and things, because it was the only crossing. So bridges are important too. So what's the theme of this video? I just want to talk for a few minutes and let everybody know that I'm still kicking, and I'm out and about a bit, enjoying being more mobile and getting out and seeing things that I hadn't seen for a while. But always remember, if I want to put a theme to this, is that every day is a day at a time, a step at a time. When you think about those folks that were traveling to the promised areas that they wanted to live to, as you can see in that picture there, they were pulled by horses and oxen, and they walked. Some people were lucky enough to ride, so they had determination, and they had a goal in mind, and that's for a better life, and they thought they could get it to the west of the United States, and they were settling there. They passed through here. So we may not be traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast, and we may not be walking every day. Well, thank God that you can walk every day, because there was a time not that long ago that I couldn't. And I'm so thankful to be up and doing it again. So, but my point being is, you might think you've got it rough, but think to history and people before us and all the challenges that they've faced and all the things that we do have now that they didn't have. It's enough to really make you think and be thankful for what you have. So I guess that's the basic message I have today, is to just be thankful for what you have, enjoy what you have, share what you have, your joy for life. And I'll keep making these videos, but they may not be every day. But really, there is a goal for me to do some of these every day. I've been told from time to time that I have lots of stories to share, and when I start talking, I do share stories and people enjoy them. So I probably should start sharing them here too, with more just my close friends. You never know. I might get that done and I might not. But even in the meantime, remember, one step at a time, one day at a time, and about those who've gone before. I'll sign off here with a little bit of a scenery. Oh, I told you I was going to show you the bluff too. I'll try to move it up over the top of the car and maybe you can see it. It goes up the hill there. I'm sitting right at the foot of the bluff. So anyway, that's it for today. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.